Hello, hello, and welcome. As you're looking at up top, you are at the Coaches Lounge with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley. And I am here to always spotlight the experts, the coaches, the educators, and the consultants regarding life and in business. Now, I always tell people the reason why I thought about doing this show is because I wanted to make sure that those individuals I just mentioned are getting spotlighted. Because think about it, they're behind the scenes. They're helping you and I, because I'm a coach and I have my own coaches. And I know you should too. I always say Oprah Winfrey has her coaches, more than one. I mean, Tony Robbins has coaches. I mean, and the list goes on. Any celebrity that you can think of in your mind right now, they have one or two or three or four or five coaches. And they continuously to have them because this helps you keep moving in life. You need that encouragement. You need those teachable tips. You need somebody saying you can do it when you're saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can't. And they're saying, no, I know you can, I know you can, I know you can. And believes in you. So with that, I wanted to make sure that we spotlight different coaches because first of all, they're brilliant. They're awesome. Second, you get to have conversation with them through the show. And just maybe you might see a coach and be like, I need to follow up with that coach. I need them. I think it's something that we gel together, something I need to get with them. So that's the reason why this show comes on. And every time I have my ladies come on as guests, as if you know me, I call them the queens. They are royalty to me. Not saying the men are not royalty, but the men are not on today. So we're going to go with the women today. And one wonderful lady that come on, I call her the queen bee, because I've been knowing her for a while now. And I'm telling you, when we first met, this is why I always tell people, this is a side note, when it comes to meeting somebody in your life and you never know the direction you might go with that person. It could be a collaboration in your business. It can be a new friendship. It can be just maybe on a project that you're working on to make both of you do a win-win. Well, this particular individual, she's not only a partner, I call her partnership, but she's also a friend. And I got the best of both worlds out of her. And this is, Pastor and Dr. Paulette Harper. Go by, Pastor P. I always switch. She always knows me. I go from one extreme to the next. One of these days, I'm going to get it right. Just stick to one. But overall, I totally admire this lady. She is just a force to be reckoned with and love her dearly. I love her being in just not in my life, but in so many other individuals' life where she helped move the needle when it comes to making sure your story is out there on paper and pen. And I always look at this award-winning. I mean, she's an award-winning author. She's a self-publishing coach. She's a pastor. She's the founder of Academy One Story University. The list goes on. She's been seen on 8 NBC, CBN, Fox News, CBS, and the list goes on. This lady is a celebrity. She's a celebrity. And what's so nice about it, her heart is so much heart of gold that a lot of times she's so humble, she don't even know she's a celebrity. I mean, like, you're a celebrity. I just want to let you know, you're a celebrity. So with that, I want to bring her on, Miss Dr. Paulette Harper. But before then, we are going to start the Coaches Lounge. Barbara J. Beckley, and I'm a visibility and social media strategist. Hello, she's back. She is back.
Hello. How you doing, Queen Barbara?
How you doing, Miss Celebrity?
I'm doing wonderful.
Pop that collar.
Pop my collar. Okay.
but all jokes aside, I look at you as like what they call it, because I'm trying to get the new words with the youth, the GOAT. You're the GOAT. When I first heard that, I said, ain't no goats, we ain't no animals. They said, Barbara. They did that pause like, who got they said, you're late. And then when they told me what it meant, I was like, oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Yes. So yes, lady, you are the goat and not in the animal type at all.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I always love you coming on the show. And, every time we talk, it's something a little bit different. But the goal in mind that I always like to tell people when you come on, Queen, is that you, as far as being a self publisher, working with collaboration books, and you do some one-on-ones too, but I know the biggest thing that you really do is the anthologies.
Yeah.
And I love how you do a whole different spin when it comes to the whole process, the coaching. And like I said earlier, your heart is in it with each individual. You
Yeah.
spend time with that person, you get to know that individual, you get to know their story, you get to pull out things from them that they don't even realize is being pulled out until after fact. They'd be like, wait a minute, I didn't even think about that, coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know you get a lot of people saying that. So I want to dig deep. I mean, you could tell a little bit about your background because of people seeing other show. And I want to make sure some people didn't see other shows of yours, that they at least get a little background of you. But I really want to dive deep into the why and the benefits when it comes to anthologies, because there's a lot of, okay, we all have to say, every time I look up on Facebook or anything else, I see somebody doing an anthology. I'm just being honest. I mean, you see a lot of people, but it takes you to dig and get the right one that's going to fit for you. To me, that tells you that. So I really want you to dive a little bit into that. But yeah, dive a little bit to just a little background, and then we'll get into that part of it.
Yeah, well, once again, Barbara, thank you so much for having me on your show. I so appreciate you. So, one of the things that maybe your listeners, viewers may not understand or know is that when I became an author, I just went from writing one book, and my business began to evolve. And so, someone can write one book that can bring them multiple streams of income just from one book, meaning that I went from one book to doing workshops for people who wanted to write books. Then it went to one-on-one coaching, and then it went to an online course that I have, group coaching, and then my anthologies. And so I just want to speak to those who, are procrastinating about writing their book, that you're sitting on a gold mine, you're sitting on some wealth of riches, because one book can really bring you, 5, 6, streams of or 5,000, streams of income is what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So just realizing that I'm here and I'm doing these anthologies because I've been able to just kind of learn how to monetize writing books with authors on a much quicker way than the normal, 6 months to get a book published.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thanks for describing that, because I'm glad you started from where the beginning, how you started to the point where you are right now, because this is a business stream for you.
Yeah.
And, I would have never, I mean, I think of, publishers doing their thing, but you took it on as, okay, this is my business. This is my baby right here.
Yeah.
And you do it consistently. You do it with excellence, and you're birthing so many authors out there and rebirthing some of them. I mean, I always get a kick out of the ones that keep coming and coming, but that shows that you are doing such an awesome job to get them to move that needle. Like you said, they're sitting on that gold mine, right?
Yeah.
And you show them how to say, okay, take the gold mine and let's put it on pad and paper, let's put it in the book. And then now they get all excited afterwards. They're like, oh, I want to do it again. Let me do it again, Pastor. Let me do it again. And they keep coming back. And that to me is just a proof that what you're doing in your business stream is working really well.
Yeah. I just, I think about the authors that I have, coached. And so it's over 130 authors. Most of them are first time authors. And so they have been able to, just walk away with the fact that they are, published authors, they're best-selling authors, and they have that sense of confidence. They have that the assurance that they can, if they want to be in another anthology, they know that they can do that. If they want to, take that chapter and start writing their solo book, they can do that as well. And so, just to be able to be in the position that I'm able to bring other authors along with me on this journey, that I relieve them of all that burden of, okay, I got to write my own book. I got to promote my own book, and I got to, of course, pay for it. Whereby, when you're doing an anthology, it's half the cost, but the results are still the same. You still are going to come out being a published author.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, because sometimes people need to understand that even if you're doing your self book or you're doing the anthology, that you're still that author.
Yeah.
Be it the first time or, second time. And you still get, you wrote in a book.
Yeah.
You're part of a book. And it
Yeah.
becomes, most all your books are, Amazon bestsellers. Hint, hint, everybody. Just throwing it out there. That, you get, that's part of being on that gold mine, where you could take that and just, brand yourself everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to, because I'm dipping a little bit into kind of the why stuff. So I don't want to do it, because I want you to kind of deal a little bit more with that. So we want to really hone in, because some people, I get questions, because I've been in a lot of anthology books too. Mm-hmm. And people ask me, the first thing they say, well, Barbara, you've been in all these books and stuff. Well, why do you do it? Why do you like, going into that? So I want you to give some of those, because I know you know a lot of different answers for that on the why factor of it. And then we'll get into the benefits.
Yeah. So, many people, the authors come in to be in an anthology, for a lot of different reasons, but mostly it is the fact that they want to be a published author and they want to do it quicker. And that is really one of the, major benefits. And their why is they want to be published. They're not ready at the moment to write a solo book, but they can write a chapter. And so when they become, be part of an anthology, they get the feel of being an author. They get let me retract. It kind of depends on the visionary. Okay. And what I mean by that is this. So there's two types of visionary authors. There's one where you just give them your chapter and they'll see you when the the book is done and they going for bestseller, or the visionary author who takes the time to nurture each of the authors and provide them the coaching that they need, so they see this process as it evolves. And I'm that kind of visionary author, where I nurture my clients, my authors. I coach them. I teach them, some of the process of what the steps look like, to becoming an author, and even, writing, publishing their own book. And so, we talk about the whys and why people want to be part of an anthology. It is the collaboration, for one, because, you're collaborating with another group, of authors who are on the same journey as you. Their goal is the same, and it is to write a chapter, have a book, get it published, and become bestsellers. And so you have the opportunity to co-author with people who, one, are going to market the book. And the thing about the marketing piece of it, the marketing piece of it is this: when one author is promoting her chapter, she's actually promoting all the chapters, And so I think that is a good why, because now you're not just focused in on, okay, I have to market my own solo book. But no, now you have 10, 15, 20 other authors promoting your story as well. And I think that is such an advantage, that you have a collaboration with other co-authors who are, doing this and promoting as well, even though, they're pushing their chapter, but they're really pushing everybody's chapter, and so I think that's really important as well. And then I think too, people want to leave a legacy. People want to leave a legacy for their family. It is a blessing to be able to have a book that you can passed down from generation to generation, that, hey, my mom, my dad was an author, this is their writings. And that is something that lasts forever. And to, share that with, some grandkids, to share that with them, it's a tremendous blessing to be able to do that. And so those are some of the benefits, or some of the whys in which people do, anthologies.
Yes. Thank you, Queen, for bringing that up, because you're right. I mean, it's almost because one of the few that I've been in, I was like, wow, I'm getting like easy, promotion from the other
Yeah.
authors. Because like you said, they're promoting their, but they can't disconnect what I put in the book. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is kind of neat. We're all
Yeah.
together and we didn't even realize that we're promoting each other. So that's a huge, why for
Yeah.
that. And then also, like you said, leaving a legacy. I know for myself, when I first did my first anthology, and that's been like over 7 years, it's been like 7 years ago. First of all, I was scared to death because I
Yeah.
knew I wasn't a writer. And I told the person that was publishing, I said, I hope you have an editor because you're going to need one just for me. If there's nobody else, they need to edit my stuff. All the red, you're going to see a lot of red on the paper. She just, ever since I told her that, she busted laughing. But the thing that I wanted, Queen, is I just wanted to get my story out there because I hoped it helped somebody.
Yeah.
Know that they weren't alone in the situation that I went through.
Yeah.
So that was like the first thing that I really wanted. Didn't even think about the other whys at the time because I was just really focused on, just getting my story out there so I could help
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
So like you said, there's a lot of different whys, and you brought up a lot of the really ones that are really powerful to me is that, but in the legacy part, like you said, amazing to put that out there, because while you're gone, like I said, when you get your wings, your
Yeah.
book, the writings are still there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely.
Mm-mm-mm. So now I want to jump into because we said the why, and you did a little of the benefits, but I was going to ask you to give some more benefits because I know a lot of people that are listening, maybe they want to get another one, maybe they've never been in one, and this is some good information for them to hear about the benefit part.
Yeah, definitely. So, a couple of more benefits of being in a book collaboration / anthology is the fact that you get the visibility that you, as an author, you get visibility, and so I'm really good, or I really I'm bragging on myself. I really pride myself in giving authors exposure because they need visibility. People need to know, okay, I've written a book. I'm part of this collaboration. My story needs to be told, like you were saying. And how can I share it? How can I tell people? And that's visibility. And so you have to get the authors have to be out there. When I'm doing my coaching and they're first time authors, sometimes they forget about that piece. That I got to be on TV, or I got to be on Facebook. I got to be live. I got to do all that. Yeah, you want visibility, and that comes with the package. So I think the visibility is a major component of it. And that's definitely a great benefit because you want people to hear your story. You want people to know that you're an author. You want people to know your achievements. And you want people to buy a copy of your book, So the visibility is there. And then also, it really does build your confidence as a writer. You can go in saying, like you mentioned, I'm not a writer. I hear that a lot. And the thing about writing a chapter is the fact, well, if you went, you have a coach that's going to, nurture you in that process of writing, where once you get it done and you see that you have a chapter and it's been edited, it's been polished, it looks really great, it reads great, it flows great, you're providing the reader with a great experience. It's a confidence builder for people, because you already went in thinking you could not do it. And once you get the book in your hand, you see, wow, I got the confidence. I did the thing, And I think for people, especially first timers, the confidence that you need from writing one chapter to, going and writing, another, being in another anthology, or finally writing your solo book, it's just a confident builder, because it really does give you the courage to be able to do it again in a more bigger, more bigger way. So, the confidence builder, and then also it does build collaboration between each of the authors. They begin to build a sisterhood, brotherhood, whichever, And so a lot of my authors have been able to just really cooperate or collaborate with some of the other co-authors in other things, or they've been able to build relationships, that they would have normally not had if it had not been for the collaboration. So the collaboration has really put people together who can, build from that and build relationships that go beyond the book.
Yeah. And then that's so I love the community of it, because like you said, this kind of helps too. Like maybe because I know when I was in a collaboration, but just kind of going through my experience too, like you said, when it was just me and the other ladies at the time, it was like 12 of us. There were certain days when I was like, oh my God, I got to write another paragraph. I don't know how much, I was trying to push. And then I hear the other ladies, either they were kind of struggling the same way I was, or they would encourage, because we would all get together, because the publisher made sure that, we were meeting on a consistent basis to talk about things. And I was like, oh, you're having the same problem I had? I thought you all were, I said that one time. I thought you all would, do all this writing. I thought I was the only one that was sitting there like, okay, am I crazy to be this writer? And they're like, no, it's my first time too. So it's nice that, like you said, that community comes in. You're like, oh, I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the confidence build, because I know the first time when I wrote my first chapter, Queen, and like you said, when it's all done, the editing's done and everything looks all nice, it's in that book. And when you first show the book to them, like you do, and then you see your picture, and then you see author, it's like all of a sudden you're like, I really did it. I really wrote a chapter of a book, So it does. It really, that first time I seen it, it excited me so much. I mean, I was just in awe.
Yeah.
And still, I had to touch myself, I had to pinch myself, because I still couldn't believe that I did that. I wrote something. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when, one of my clients, one of my authors, at the beginning, that's how she was feeling, that, she, didn't feel like she was a writer. She didn't know how it was going to come out. And when she finally got the book and held it in her hand and saw her chapter, she said, wow, I did it, Yeah.
Yeah. And I was a baby. I'm gonna tell everybody, I was a crybaby. I did cry.
Yeah, I did too.
They came out, they just but it was, yeah. And then now it's like, and some people say, you still cry? They said, bro, you've been in a few, you're still crying. I'm like, yeah, because everyone's a different experience. It's not like I'm writing the same chapter.
Yeah.
Or
It
with
really
the same
is.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. It every time when I'm doing an anthology, like even today, I did the interior reveal for the authors, and just showing them what the interior of the book looks like. And this is the first time, I mean, seeing the cover, the picture on the back, that did something for them as well, because they look like, oh my God, my picture is on the cover,
Really
But
real.
when so then when you're looking at the interior, you're looking at something that's going to be printed, and you're looking at, okay, there's my chapter and there's my face and my bio, and so it for me, as I'm, creating, the presentation for them to look at, I get emotional. I was getting emotional because I know that these are first time authors, and I know that they're going to be like, oh my God, this thing is really happening, so yeah.
Yeah. And then the part I really love, because you play such a big role in their lives, Pastor. And I love when I could tell when they get, like you said, excited, and they see it, and you see their confidence, because you've been with them through the whole journey, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're just sitting there like, or I always say a mother hen, just sitting there, just so happy for them, and just, just in awe with them. And that's what even makes it better, because that's where the heart of gold comes from you, is because you're with their journey, and you're excited for them, and you just know that this was the best, that they did
Yeah,
another milestone in their life,
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Another wow. Awesome, amazing. So lady, I want to make sure that you leave some lasting thoughts if you want to, either about the why benefits or anything. I want to make sure I put down how they can contact you. Just let everybody know. I missed this part about introducing this wonderful queen, and I love how she goes by the Story Activator. I love saying that because she is truly the Story Activator in all of our. So I'm going to take myself down just for a few seconds, and I'll let you, have the floor for a little bit, and I'll come back up and we'll close out. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Barbara, for having me on the Coaches Lounge. And so I just, want to speak to those of you who are contemplating writing a story, and you're stuck. You don't know, where to start or whatnot. And so I would just tell you to just, think about which story that you want to write that you feel is going to be more impactful to your audience, your readers, and then pick one that's not going to take you forever to write. And so there's a difference between writing a short story, like we were talking about being in an anthology, versus writing like a memoir. And so, of course, a memoir is going to take you a longer time to write versus an anthology. And so I would just really encourage you to, think about the story, think about your audience, and then also think about your why. We talked about the why tonight, but you need to think about why you want to write your book. And when you think about your why is really going to be your fuel to keep you motivated and moving forward. If you're writing your story because you want to impact people and make a impactful experience in another person's life, then you are sitting on that creative idea. So there's somebody that's waiting on you to make that impact. And so think about what your why is and how you're going to use your why to keep you motivated, keep you stimulated, and keep you engaged in your own story. And so I just encourage you to think about that. And then if you're not ready to write a solo book, then of course, think about being in an anthology. Think about joining me in one of my anthologies where, 1,500 words, 2,000 words. You will find that, you can do that because you have the coach to push you and to, bring out the creativity in you. So think about being in an anthology where it takes less of the anguish. It takes a lot of the anguish off of you because writing a solo book, you have that notion and that idea, man, it's on me, the cost is on me. The whole thing about publishing is on me. Whereby when you're in an anthology, the visionary takes a lot of that pressure off of you. So you just focus in on your story. And so I just encourage you to think about your why, and then also think about being in a solo book or in an anthology.
Amazing, amazing. See, if you're not signing up with Queen, with Pastor, with Pastor P, all the names, the celebrity, then something is wrong. Something is totally wrong. Come to me, we'll talk. I know we have to have a counseling session, and then we'll get you to Pastor P. Lady, as always, you are always welcome. You are family to me. You know that. Anytime you want to come on, I know we do special Coaches Lounge, and also my other show I have called the Visibility Corner, that we're going to bring some of the authors on and really get to know them in their own personal stories. Not all of it, because we want you to buy the book.
Yes.
And come and meet them. So we're going to be getting that together. I know we got to talk about that to get that going, but I always love to be a part. See, this is what you call collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration is the key. And it's all about visibility. Like Pastor P said, it's all about showing up. It's either in a book, either on a video, either on an interview, whatever you're trying to do, show up, because that gift you have, people need to know what it is, because you're helping so many people, just like Pastor P here.
I agree.
So with that, lady, thank you again. We will see each other soon. And right after this, there's a special commercial with Dr. P. And then after that, please, if you want to be on the Coaches Lounge, just come on over here. Just, text me or messenger me, and we will get you on the calendar. See you soon. Take care.